Hello, and welcome to Nuts About Baseball, a podcast that will entertain you with discussions involving everything baseball. I'm your host, Joe Grimme, and I appreciate you joining me. Sit back, relax, and enjoy as I share my passion for the sport we call America's pastime. Welcome, everyone, to this episode of Nuts About Baseball. I am your host, Joe Grimme, and today it is time for your Monday Morning Mop-Up, where I take a look at the previous week for the Cincinnati Reds, and I will give you a preview of what you have to come this upcoming week. So let's get right into it. The week was not great for the Reds, but you know what? They're still treading water. Monday, they played the Marlins down in Miami. It was a great game by starting pitcher Brandon Williamson. He threw 6.2 innings, gave up 3 hits, had 2 strikeouts. The Reds won 2-0. Tyler Stevenson had a home run in that game. On Tuesday, the Reds also beat the Marlins. The score was 6-3. Kind of funny, Sandy Alcantara, the starting pitcher for the Marlins, was absolutely throwing a gem, and then he was taken out in the 9th inning, which I thought was a horrible choice. And it turned out to bite them in the butt as the Reds scored 2 in the 9th to tie it up, and then they scored 4 more runs in the 10th inning to take the lead and win the game as they held on with the relievers coming in and shutting the Marlins down in the 10th. Matt McLain had 2 hits and 2 RBIs in that game. On Wednesday, the Marlins got a little revenge. They won 7-4. Brady Singer, starting pitcher for the Reds, looked awful. He was throwing batting practice. 2.2 innings, 10 hits, 6 earned runs. Tell you what, he is Jekyll and Hyde. He eaten up innings, but man, sometimes he looks really bad and sometimes he looks really good. In that game, Sal Stewart hit a home run in front of his family, and rumor has it he had about 150 to 200 people there. It was kind of neat to see in the stands. He also added 2 RBIs. TJ Friedl added 3 hits, which was surprising with the season that he's had so far. That was an effort to raise his batting average to 186 at that time. On Thursday, the Marlins won again. They beat the Reds 8-1. Rhett Lauder, starting pitcher for the Reds, did not look great. He pitched 5.1 innings, gave up 8 hits and 4 earned runs. On the bright side, Sal Stewart hit another home run. Matt McLain and Spencer Steer added 2 hits apiece. Reds came home to play the Los Angeles Angels over the weekend on Friday. It was ugly. The Angels beat the Reds 10-2. Chase Burns got lit up. 5.1 innings, 7 hits, 5 earned runs. The Reds were held to only 4 hits. Elly De La Cruz did hit a home run in that game. On Saturday, the Reds bounced back and had a good game where they beat the Angels 7-3. Brandon Williamson was pretty decent. He threw 4 innings, gave up 3 hits and 3 earned runs. A little concerning was the fact that he walked 6 batters. Nathaniel Lowe had a bases-clearing double in the first inning, which was the spark that started the game, and Spencer Steer added a home run as well. Finally, the Reds wrapped up the week on Sunday with a loss to the Angels, 9-6. It wasn't even that close. They looked horrible. Andrew Abbott, awful. 3 innings, 8 hits, 7 earned runs. The only reason it was closer is because Elly De La Cruz hit a home run in the 9th, but it was too little, too late. All right, so let's look at some individual performances for the past week. Elly De La Cruz hitting .333. He had 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. Pretty good week for him. Sal Stewart last week, average wasn't great, .240. He had 2 home runs and 6 RBIs, though. What I like about those guys is that they're walking as well. So they're keeping about their strikeouts and walks about the same, and I'll take that any day of the week. Eugenio Suarez, not a great week. He batted .208. He had no home runs and only had 1 RBI. TJ Friedl, the last week, he hit .207, and it's comical that actually was probably something that raised his batting average because he was hitting horribly before. Matt McLain, the last week, not good. He hit .192. Team overall, the past week, hit .198. Only had 6 home runs in 7 games. On the season, team batting average is .205, last in the National League. We are last in the National League in hits, and we have the second most strikeouts as a hitting team. On base percentage, season to date, third to last. Slugging percentage, last. The hitting has been pathetic. I don't know what to say about it. I don't know how to improve it. But, again, the season is early and we've got to improve if we want to continue to win games.
Moto Federation is a DIY communal workspace and social lounge. We provide the tools, facility, and supplies for you to work on your own motorcycle. Beyond the workshop, we have a social lounge where members can meet to exchange ideas, share knowledge, attend workshops, and view product demonstration. We are a rider's facility dedicated to learning, teaching, and repairing and restoring motorcycles. We embrace all forms of motorcycling, from scooters to trikes and everything in between. Learn more at motofed.com.
On the pitching side, I told you about the starters. It wasn't a good week for them, but I will say that the relievers, honestly, have been the bright spot that has been consistent from the beginning of the season. Take a listen to some of these pitchers that have done well, their ERAs over the season so far. Connor Phillips in 9 games, 2.61. Sam Moll in 8 games, 2.08. Graham Ashcraft in 8 games, 2.25. And Brock Burke in 7 games, 1.23. Our closer, it seems like we're walking on eggshells every time he enters the game. I really like Emilio Pagan. I hope he continues to get better and save games the way that he is supposed to, but his ERA is now a 5.40 in 8 games. He has 4 saves. He's only blown 1. But, he's given up a couple home runs, and that's not what you want out of your closer. But overall, the bullpen has been pretty phenomenal, to be honest with you. We've had some good pickups like I've talked about in the offseason, and it really has been the most consistent thing that we've seen from the beginning of the season until now. And that's important because not every team has a good bullpen, and that's where you can lose a lot of ball games. Overall thoughts on the team so far. We are 9-7. We're a half game back. We're the Pirates. We're in second place. The Pirates are 9-6. The Cardinals and the Brewers are just a little behind us. They're both 8-7. And surprisingly, the Cubs are in last place. They have 7 wins and 8 losses. I just want to say this. We better continue to play well or play better because the Cubs are going to do fine, and they're not going to be in last place at the end of the season. We're lucky that they're 7-8 at this point and looking up at us in the standings. But we're treading water. We need to take a stand and play better and improve and get some more wins in some of these upcoming series. As for the upcoming series, we are off today on Monday, April 13th. Tomorrow, the Giants come to town and they play here in a 3-game set. The Giants are 6-10. That's the good news. Their team batting average is .243, which is actually 5th in the National League. Their team on base percentage is 2nd worst in the National League, so that's something to look forward to. The team ERA, pitching-wise, is a 4.28, and opponent's batting average is .248, which is significantly higher than the Reds' team batting average, so maybe this is a good place to maybe improve on our hitting and get some batting averages increased, and who knows, maybe get a few wins against the Giants. Then the Reds travel to Minnesota to play the Twins in a 3-game set Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The Twins are 9-7. They're in first place in the American League Central. Their team ERA is a 4.18. Their team batting average is .225, and that's about middle in the American League. And the good thing here is that their opponent's batting average, as far as a pitching staff is concerned, is .256. That's 2nd worst in the American League. So, we got 2 series coming up. The stats show that maybe our hitting could get right. We never know. But speaking of hitting, let me just go through some of these batting averages. It's really pathetic, and I don't know what to say about it. But individual batting averages season to date, Spencer Steer, 176. Tyler Stevenson, 171. TJ Friedl, 153. Noel V. Marte, 138. Ke'Bryan Hayes, .079. It's sad. Those batting averages are pathetic. And I understand that batting averages across the board in the major leagues these days are not great, but these are pathetic. These are batting averages that would send players down to AAA and probably make them stay there for a while. But these guys are starters, and they are just not performing when it comes to getting hits when they need them. They're not getting hits at all. So I don't know what you do. I mean, I'm not a hitting expert. I don't blame Chris Valaika, but the bottom line is these dudes need to improve, and they need to start hitting the ball, or they're going to sit. And I don't know what to say. I mean, Noel V. Marte, at what point do you say, hey, go down to AAA and give yourself a break? Bring up Rhys Hines, who's tearing it up in Louisville. Ke'Bryan Hayes, I don't know what to say about that guy. I like him. I seems like a great dude. Outstanding third baseman defensively, but he just can't hit. And at what point do you say we got to sacrifice some defense to get a bat in there that's going to make a difference? Who do you put over there? Well, you got Suarez, and then you could put someone else at DH. I don't know what the answers are. It's a long season. I understand that, 162 games, and we were only, 2 weeks into it. But at the end of the day, give these guys some more time to try to work out those kinks and improve the batting averages, and maybe it'll turn around for us. Our starting pitchers, they really need to do something better this week because it wasn't that impressive the past week. Again, I think if we tread water until Lodolo, Mr. Blister, comes back, and Hunter Green in July, if we can tread water and stay at least 500 or maybe a little better, I think we're going to be okay. Just to let you know, tomorrow night, Tuesday, Budweiser 3-2-1 game. It's going to be Brady Singer against Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray is a heck of a pitcher, so I'd love to see Brady have one of his good games, and that'll be a great matchup. Wednesday, we've got Jackie Robinson Day, and that's going to be Rhett Lauder versus former Red Tyler Mahle. And then Thursday is a business day special at 12:40. It's going to be Chase Burns against Landon Roop. So that's your Monday morning wrap-up. Have a great Monday. Have a great week. I hope the Reds can get some wins. Until next time, I am Joe Grimme, and I am nuts about baseball.